Um, so yeah, again, I'm Hollis, community manager for Access Replay, and I'll be periodically checking on chat right here. I know it's kind of cheesy to have it in my display, but I don't have my second monitor with me at the moment. So yeah, this stream will last for about, let's see, 45 more minutes till 9 p.m. And then, yeah, and then it'll be time to log off for me. Hold on one second. So yeah, just leave some questions if you have any, and I'm just gonna go ahead and start giving my opinion of Access, what I'm trying to do as a community manager, as a production director in the future, and what the team has in mind when it comes to overall vision and goal. So I guess we can just start off with the goal and vision. So like, I don't know about you, but being a 22-year-old uh, person who loves video games, just in the millennial age gap, maybe even a little bit older, it still is like super difficult for my friends and myself to get consistent work in esports and feel like, you're really taking it into a professional setting, professional realm. It's hard to feel like you're going somewhere when all society has told you your entire life is that video games are a waste of time. And, at Access Replay, like, nothing could be more blasphemous than the statement, video games are a waste of time. I I can't drive home hard enough how important it is that everyone who has a subscription to Access Replay, everyone who's coming in and talking to us succeeds. Like, it is all about the community and just bringing us up as a unit, starting in Atlanta because that is where it's easiest to do it right now. But we will be expanding worldwide or nationwide, hopefully. So it's all about the community. It's all about putting people in the places they need to be in order for themselves to grow and evolve and hopefully land a professional career in esports. Um, Loser asks, can you explain how tournaments will be run at Axes? So that's a good question. Um, so here, let me pull up a picture to answer that question for you. Let's see here. So this is the venue pre-set up. Obviously it's not done at all. This is what we got the venue. This is what it looked like when we got the venue on the first couple days. And right now we're in the middle of bringing everything in, setting up. So in this picture, you can see that there's this brick wall here, and over here to the left, let me see if I have another picture. I should. Okay, yeah, here we go. So right here with these two, oh, it's the wrong side. Okay, yeah, this is a great picture. So Loser asks, how will tournaments be run? Right where you see these windows, there's going to be a stage. It's going to be, I think, it's going to be 30 feet wide. I think, yeah, 30 feet wide by like 12 feet. So it's going to come out to about these first set of poles, if you guys can see. Oops. If you guys can see, like right there, it's going to come out all the way right here. There's going to be a small seating section and then a casting booth over here against the brick wall. In my mind, this is how I want to set it up, and I have a huge say in how it gets set up. So hopefully it'll look like this. So the tournaments will work depending on the day and who's in the venue. If we have enough people to run a private bracket, we'll do it. You can also pay money when you come in with your monthly subscription or daily subscription. If you have an all access pass and you want to just say, hey, I want to throw on a Counter-Strike tournament for my friends and I, we will produce it, we will run it, we will TO it, we will cast it, and it will be streamed. It will look like a professional tournament, and it's going to be super fun for everyone. So the way regular tournaments will be run, let's say Access Replay, us as a organization, host a tournament in this venue, and it is for Panther Gaming, the gaming club at Georgia State that I happen to run. Okay, for example, we're running that tournament. It would be free for Georgia State students in my mind. They'd come in, you'd bring your own peripherals and you'd play a League of Legends bracket, a Counter-Strike bracket, or Overwatch, whatever. and the grand finals, maybe even playoffs, would be hosted on the stage. The winner would get prizes, monthly passes, stuff like that. The bigger tournaments that aren't specifically designated to a specific organization, like the public tournaments, those will have a lot bigger prizes, legitimate talent and casters coming in, um, rather than people maybe with a little less experience. But yeah, it's going to be as formal as you want it to be, and then also as informal as you need it to be, say for like a club. Moonshine asks, how are you planning to reach out to student populations? So we're already doing a great job of it right now. We have been going to tournaments hosted by esports clubs and gaming clubs such as Georgia Tech Esports and Panther Gaming, and we set up booths there. We've been talking with all the students who had to, who had the chance to come by and say hi. We've been really trying to just spread the word about how how much of a shortcut this really can be for them as students in this day and age, where esports degrees aren't really that available. And even if you wanted to try and take your current degree and push it towards esports, it's pretty hard. And when you have a facility like this as a student, all of a sudden you don't need to bust your ass trying to go to like miscellaneous extracurricular activities hoping you meet someone. Everyone's going to be here. Everyone who gives a shit about esports in Atlanta is gonna be around this venue, gonna be coming in and out, doing tournaments, talk networking, pitching projects, teaching classes and whatnot. So we're really trying to pitch that to students at events and through live streams like this. We really hope that people latch onto this idea and help us spread the word, because as a community, something like this is it has the potential to be revolutionary, and like all it takes is word of mouth, is just spreading it. So it's a long answer to your question, but we've been attending events, and um, actually, now that you mention it, we attended Pantherland, Georgia State's big esports land, and we actually helped give away some of the prizing for that event. We gave away $500 to the winning League of Legends team. It happened to be Georgia Southern. This is Malik, one of our founders, giving over the check to the winners of the League of Legends tournament. So we do stuff like this. We help with prizing and just overall sponsorship for small collegiate events that really, you know, benefit everyone involved. So, Loser said, will professional players visiting Atlanta use Access Replay for practicing? Absolutely. Absolutely. E-League has, I mean, nothing is official on paper, but everyone we've talked to, DreamHack, E-League, Hi-Rez, the number one thing they ask about first and want to talk about first is housing their players in a hotel next to the venue so that they don't have to pay to keep their production sets up and running for the players to practice. So if the players had 24-hour access to a facility like this where they could just go in and practice whenever the hell they want, it is better for the players, better for the atmosphere of the tournament, and adds a whole nother factor of legitimacy to that organization's competition, because all of a sudden the competition is taken so seriously that the players, it's no longer the fault of the tournament if the players don't put in enough practice while they're traveling. They have it all right here. They can stream, they can practice, they can do VOD analysis. So yeah, everyone wants to send pro players here, and in fact, Soar Gaming, let me pull up their site. They're based out of Georgia here. Um, Soar Gaming is we're in talks with Soar Gaming about having this venue be kind of like their official team practice facility, uh, and that would be awesome because it would prove how effective a space like this could be. They would have their own room, you know, um, for them to do VOD analysis and have private play, but then also they could set up events with fans. They wouldn't even need to travel anywhere to do that. They'd just be right there in the venue. Gosh, everything is buzzing and giving me notifications right now. So yeah, Access Replay will definitely house professional players for practicing purposes. Um, Artemis, what specs are we talking about on the setups? So I don't want to pull up the actual list, like in a Google Doc that we have, but from my knowledge, and just because like I don't want to give away, like sponsor Jesus, I don't want to give away any confidential sponsorship information that we have part wise, but we're trying to have 200 systems by our hard launch, which is January 1st, New Year's Eve actually. And by the soft launch, which is in a couple weeks for DreamHack, we're gonna have 100 systems with 1080 Ti's, uh, 16 gigs of GDDR4 RAM. Um, let's see, I think we have 7700Ks in there for processors. It could be 8700K. I'm not sure, but I mean, they're high-end systems and they're gonna look sick. 144 hertz monitors, um, great keyboards, Respawn chairs. I think we're doing Respawn, which is this brand right here. If you guys can see, here, let me just pull this up real fast. Yeah, I think it's this brand of chair. It may be their newer model. This is an older model, but it's going to be awesome. It's going to be like you are moving your setup from your house to just a giant LAN center. It's like DreamHack, but permanent, which sounds cool to me, at least. Um, what kind of games will be represented at Access? Great question. The thing about Atlanta right now is all a lot of scenes, all they need are just a venue to play in that's consistently open and available, and like a centralized point for communication, especially in the FGC community for games like Melee, Dragon Ball Z, Street Fighter. If these games had a venue they could always rely on and host tournaments in, stuff like that, that is casual, provides, alcohol for the people who want to drink, because that's like a huge part of, honestly, the Smash community is just that constant community, like chill, laid back uh, feel, while at the same time getting hype and stuff. This isn't a venue where you can just assume your elementary schooler is gonna walk in alone and like be I don't know, be totally comfortable with it. There will be in the long term, we're getting our alcohol license to serve that. There's gonna be a bar, especially for New Year's. So I mean that's off topic, but anyways, like FGC games like the ones I listed, especially Melee, have really seen a dwindle in tournaments and like streams and community engagement, just because they don't have a venue. And like, if we can provide them that, that'd be so awesome. Because that scene is incredible, especially in Atlanta. So besides FGC games, there's going to be Overwatch, Counter-Strike, League of Legends, everything you can think of, anything that can be installed on a PC or played on a console is fair game. Like even niche games. Like, let's see, what's the most niche game I own? Enter the Gungeon, or like, indie games. Like if you want to host a speed run tournament for some cheesy ass indie game that you think is fun, set up a format for it, and I'll put it on. So yeah, every game is the answer to that question. We really just want to include everyone, make sure everyone has a voice, and make sure that people really feel like they're part of something. And that's in my opinion the next step for esports, is taking everything you find on forums, discords, uh, uh, websites for like guilds and whatnot, everything you find on there when it comes to community, and being able to have it in real life, being able to meet people and have that one-on-one or in-person interaction that really, really drives that relationship, you know, further than you thought it could go. Like when it comes to friends online, the best thing that I've found in my career in esports that could possibly happen to two people who play together, let's say in duo queue in League of Legends, is meeting up in person and having the opportunity to see them react to what you do and vice versa, or see the way that they play, see their just see them in real life interacting with the game that you love instead of having to imagine it. It's awesome, and that's why I love playing Counter-Strike, because I get to go to LANs and play with my awesome team, and all their awesome different personalities. It's the best thing ever. And if everyone can have that all the time, like, hello, is there any question? Um, so yeah, and I guess that does it for that answer. But I don't know, like the plan that I have for a broadcast. Let's see. Let me pull up the pictures here. So for a broadcast, like I'd want something similar to, see if I have a picture of it. Similar to like Pantherland. This is another picture from Pantherland. Shout outs to Cole. You're the man. Cole's right here. Uh, you know, let's see if I can pull up a good picture of it, because like they had, you know, seating. I mean, definitely not broadcast oriented. It's still going to be Top Golf vibe, where like it's service oriented, where you come in to play games in person. But when the broadcast starts and you're watching a game that you've never seen before on stage, we want it to be hyped no matter what. We want it to be streamed no matter what. If there's a following for it, we're going to stream it. We're going to put it on. We're going to make sure it has its place here at Access Replay, because there's no reason for any game not to, just because it's not popular. We're going to have all the AAA titles, the Fortnite, the PUBGs, the Counter-Strikes, the League of Legends, but we're also going to have the Paladins, the Smite, all the traditionally thought of as niche games on stage whenever they want to be played. And I'll be running, hopefully, the production for it, because I think I could do the best job in telling stories and making narratives for people who are consistently coming in and winning, and making a name for themselves in this Access Replay community. That's what's going to be so sick about this, is no longer do you have to stalk someone's profile on ESEA and wish you could talk to them, or wonder what they're like. That person who's making a name for himself, like let's say you didn't know me and I'm going to Access Replay every week, winning Counter-Strike tournaments that I set up, making sure that I invite all my biggest rivals to the tournaments and beating them, putting on a show. Like, you're going to quickly gain reputation through Access Replay and through our Twitch channel, and, be paid for doing it, as in, like, we will give you the monthly passes you need to come back and keep winning and keep winning. So I'm really excited for that. And Loser asks, will there be rentals for peripherals like headset and mice? So we haven't nailed down the specifics when it comes to like what you're gonna need to rent and stuff, but so far the systems have their own peripherals like headsets and mice that come just right there on the table. When you walk in, swipe your card, and walk into the venue, you're going to be able to sit down at any PC you want, and there's going to be peripherals for you. However, if you want to bring your own, like I would definitely bring my keyboard, my mouse, and my headset. I would, and you're allowed to. We encourage it. So yeah, and fighting sticks. Yeah, if you're playing, DBZ or Street Fighter or whatever, you can plug in your fight stick, no problem. That's not an issue whatsoever when it comes to broadcast, when it comes to setup. It's that element of preference and preservation of choice that we want to keep in a formal setting like this. Because when you go to, let's say, like, what's a good analogy? I haven't actually been to Top Golf in a really long time, so I can't use that. But if you go to like um, an arcade or whatever, you're not allowed to bring your own, your own fight stick to play. That's a terrible analogy, but we want to keep that there. We want to keep that element of personalization, customization, you know, there. Is the venue available for private bookings? Absolutely. And I don't think we have a schedule up yet. In fact, I know we don't. But for big events, you know, people will be able to book it. Um, we have to work out the details, and I'm not the one who will be working out those details, so I can't give you exact specifics on that. But yeah, private bookings can range from the little small rooms. Here, let me show you. Access Replay. Um, so these rooms, let's see, right here. So these are going to be our private rooms. They don't look great right now because this is what happened when we move in. When we moved in, this is just I just snapped pictures of everything. So these like rooms right here, they're actually like they're pretty large, and they have we're gonna have desks and setups in there for you. If you want to rent it out as, let's say, a duo, you and your bot laner, if you're a support in LoL, you want to rent out a room at Axis and just go ham for the day, you can absolutely do that and stream it, and have other people come in and watch you if you want. Like, it ranges from those private rooms to entire sections of the venue to entire days of venue participation. You can book any way you want when it comes to your tournaments and stuff like that, especially if you're part of an organization that is promoting us. So um, let's see. And you know, right now, if you were wanting to get involved with Access Replay on the career side, please contact me because we are looking for, interns and uh, employees to help me try not to be so scatterbrained and just all over the place. Since I'll be moving away from the marketing and stuff to the production side of things, I'm still going to be a community manager in a large sense, but I need someone willing to be there as the fly on the wall or whatever. So, we're hiring currently right now. We've already hired 6 employees, and it's going great. It's growing a lot faster than we thought. So yeah, feel free to contact us right here about careers and whatnot. Um, let's see. How well will console gaming be represented there? So, great question. I will show you. Kind of. So, this right here, this is the other side of that brick wall. So here, let me show you. This right here, you're looking at it from a perspective that will eventually be next to the stage. So if you walk in the main entrance, it's over here to the right. If you walk in, you will be facing where this camera is. But the brick wall will have the caster on it, the caster booth or whatever in front of it. And then behind the brick wall is where the console gaming, part of the console gaming will be, because we're trying to go for an all-inclusive venue where you can play on this half of the brick wall and have your tournament setups, have your real try-hard teams all in a row, calming to each other, getting hype. You can have that right here, while at the same time having a casual setup for consoles, for friendlies and whatnot. Over here behind this brick wall, there's going to be CRTs, there's going to be PS4s, Xboxes, for everyone to use and just chill out for a while. But right here on this little curve, where it's kind of on the brick wall, there will be another portion for console games, where it's more of the competitive style. It's more of a competitive line of desks or of tables for CRTs and PS4s and whatnot, so that you can see the stage. See right here, when you're sitting and playing console games, still next to the console players, but not too far away from the stage, so that you feel alienated. But yeah, it's gonna be awesome. We're gonna have to play it by ear when it comes to setup and space, but I think it's gonna work out. Great question. How many rooms are available? Will all of the PCs be stream capable? The second question, I can go ahead and answer yes, most definitely. They're all stream capable. And when you get to grand finals, you don't have to worry about that. We'll stream it for you. However, if you want to stream on your own PCs, you'll have to set a delay, but I don't see an issue. First question was how many private rooms are available? I think, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We're going to go ahead and stick with the number 10 because I know one of them is going to be an office, at least one. So yeah, 10 private rooms. They vary in size. They vary in usage eventually. We'll set each one up for specific purposes, maybe a couple for specific purposes. But yeah, and this isn't, the final, this isn't the be-all, end-all when it comes to floor plan and whatnot. We're always going to be expanding, open to ideas, moving around. But these private rooms, so far, there's 10. And I can't wait for the private rooms. Like, imagine you just played a semifinals match and your team is stressing out. They don't know how they're gonna go up against the next team you're facing. You just go in one of these private rooms, do a VOD analysis of your last match real quick, take some notes, feel that much more confident and comfortable going into grand finals up on the stage. I think that's something no other venue besides like professional e-league, e-league level venues provide. And those aren't even venues. Those are just sets for tournament production. This is everything. I mean, I can't even believe it's happening, really. It's everything we need as an esports community just in one building. So, I'm hyped. Great question, Moonshine. Appreciate it. Let's see here. So, let's see. Yes. So the next live stream uh will be, I think, here, what's today's date? Next live stream, we're going to try and do one a week. So next Friday on the 9th. Please share with your friends what we're trying to do here, even if they don't live in Atlanta or around Atlanta. We're going to be expanding super quickly, and we need people to spread the word, to share the idea that is hands-on esports in Access Replay, where you can feel like you're getting work done when it comes to like projects, networking, uh, you know, interviews, classes. You can get all that stuff done and then go play your game of choice competitively or casually. There's nothing else like it in the world. And I think it's super unique and can be the most revolutionary thing to happen to the video game industry. So if that does it for questions, I'll give you guys a few more minutes to ask them. Um, but I'm going to be wrapping up here soon. I do have uh, Counter-Strike practice. If you have any questions for me personally as well, I'd be happy to answer them. This is an open forum. Uh, you know, nothing is kept secret or hidden unless it, is like sponsorship deals or whatever. Stuff that I don't even know about. But anyways, I'm an open book. Feel free. Will gamers have to have a pass in order to attend a tournament? Great question. I am fighting, or not fighting. I am a proponent of the argument that allows everyone participating in the tournament to get in for a very, very small fee, if not nothing. If they're participating in the tournament, it only encourages more people to come and watch and spectate and stuff. If you're a player in a Access Replay tournament that has been previously scheduled, you know, it's a big deal. I think you should get in for free, and I think you should be able to just play for your membership. That's just me, um, as a gamer, as someone who would love the thrill of like being allowed in that one time, to try and get a membership. Uh, or I guess, yeah, you can like win monthly memberships, weekly memberships, whatnot. I'd love to win my membership and consistently play for it like a job, still get good at my game, not have to pay a dime, right? And that's going to be the case. However, for tournaments, I think as of now, Access Replay and organization tournaments, it just depends on who's putting it on, how much sponsorship we have at that point, and how big the tournament's going to be. I think our first event after the DreamHack one will be a paid entry FGC event. Won't be high. If you bring a setup, we'll probably waive your entry fee. These are all things that I think are a thing and sound right to me as a person who's been in esports for a long time. If you bring a setup, it helps us out. We'll help you out by taking $10 off your entry fee or $5 off your entry fee, whatever. At most, it's going to be $15 to get into a FGC event, or $20 at the most. Are you thinking of venues and registration? So the venue fee, yeah, the venue fee will include your registration fee. When you walk in and you pay for your day of gaming and you want to sign up for X tournament, you'll just be put on the list. You'll be put in the bracket. That is your registration fee. The only thing you have to pay for is the access to the space, and you're good to go. When it comes to tournaments, when it comes to just regular, play, if there's not a bracket running and there happens to be one started while you're there, we're not going to charge you money to sign up for that. I think that's highway robbery. So we're just trying, I mean, we're trying to make it obviously a business that can sustain itself while at the same time being affordable to everyone and providing everything everyone needs without being a villain like most corporations are nowadays, or organizations and groups. So, what is the capacity of the venue? That's actually a great question. I think it's a couple hundred. It's 12,000 square feet, and we're planning on having 200 setups in there, so it's at least 200. Um, yeah, and I think a packed house we could fit 250. I mean, I don't know. I'm not an engineer, an architect, or anything, but I'm trying to answer your question. I haven't heard anyone talk about the absolute maximum capacity when it comes to people, but I have to imagine it's between 250, 300, maybe a little more. Um, and any suggestions, any comments and stuff besides questions, please feel free to leave them after the stream is over or on our Facebook or whatever. We take everything to heart, especially me. I'm the type of community manager who makes sure that, we're self-aware. Any flaws that we have, we're self-aware of it, and we're going to try and fix them if you point them out. If we happen to not see anything that we're doing blatantly wrong, we're going to be we're going to be people about it. We're not going to be some faceless robot corporate machine that just is unrelatable. That cannot be related to. We're all people, we're all gamers, and I am very adamant about making sure everyone is treated fairly and everyone's accepted. It's all about time, constructive use of your own time, positive vibes, no bullshit, no, you know, just no fakeness, no need to be toxic. It's all about that sort of feel. It's always been. Will there be a spectating area? Absolutely. Absolutely. So in this picture right here, let's see, I'll zoom in. 1, 2, 3, 4. So these poles is about where the stage will end, roughly. And then the spectator area will be, if you can see from this pole, up, across, and so in a little rectangle right here. Can I draw on this? Oh yeah, I can. So spectator area, that is terrible. So spectator area, yeah, I'll just do this. Oops. Like right here, okay? In this little box that I'm drawing. Okay, you got chair, chair. It's going to be 2 rows of chairs like this. And the stage will come out to here. Okay, this is the stage. So you have a little gap like right there for walk space and whatnot. So actually, there's going to be a little gap in the middle too for you to walk up onto the stage, right? There's stairs here. And yeah, that's the spectator area. It's not going to be huge because people can watch from their seats, from their setups, their booths or whatever. But also we have to keep in mind the amount of space we have. While we'd love to have a huge convention center style spectating area, we can really only accommodate for about 20 to 30 spectators, which is a lot if you're just doing a local bracket, because we need a caster booth. Here, I'll draw where the caster booth is. Right here, this is the caster booth. God, that is awful. Um, Caster booth right there, okay? With your lights, backdrop, camera. So as you can see, like you start adding up all this production equipment and staging, it fills up. I mean, let's see, that's already half of the room gone. Okay, and we want to focus on making it a quality experience. So we're going to have the production equipment there. We're going to make it work. But this is all the room we have to do it. Basically just the brick wall right here, this little L. My production setup will be right there that I have my computer in, you know, frantically trying to direct a good broadcast. And then everything else, PC console setups, plus private rooms, blah, blah, blah. So yeah, that is going to do it. If I see another question come in while I'm doing the outro, I'll answer it. But as of now, I'm going to go ahead and end the stream. Just a few things before you guys go. Please make sure to follow us on Twitter and Facebook. It really helps us out. It really helps us gauge where we should take our next step and what is the most important issue on hand. So Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, the links are on accessreplay.com. I'm adding them to the Twitch page. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Hollis Bain, and on behalf of Access Replay, thank you so much for watching, and we'll join you next week at 8 p.m.